Good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Kathleen Terry, and I am with South Bay TV. And South Bay TV is this phenomenal website which introduces you to amazing people and organizations in the South Bay. So today we are actually in a building which is off Sepulveda Boulevard with two lovely ladies here who are going to talk to us about their phenomenal organization, which I learned about the other day, which is called Evolve. And so I'd like to first of all introduce Robin Shipley.
Hi,
Correct?
I'm so grateful for you to have us this opportunity.
Great, and Sonia Dickson, right?
Yes, thank
Good.
you.
So would you start out by just, it's always intriguing to me when women start these businesses, like briefly, what's your background? How did you two come together to start this organization?
It's a long road.
Yes.
It's a long story. We'll be here all afternoon. No, both of our backgrounds are in psychology.
Okay.
And actually, we met across an IEP table in a school district. So there was a big meeting for a young student, and Robin was coming in as the person who was advocating for the student, and I was the consultant for a Manhattan school district at the time.
Okay.
And so we sat on opposite sides of the table, and I was like, oh, what's she going to start telling me what to do, and I'm not doing my job properly. And she probably thought, well, what are they not doing properly? And within about 3 minutes, we went, oh, we speak the same language, we have the same value system, we have a passion for this work. And so when we started to transition out of the school district, both consulting there in the end, we both realized, well, where are our young adults? Where are our children that we're working with from school, elementary, middle, and high? Where are they going? What's happening afterwards? Then we were shocked and realized there wasn't. Sometimes some of the students that we were programming for weren't getting jobs.
Okay.
And they were ending up on the couch at
All
home, and we were like,
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about this population that you're specifically dealing with. So you came from education.
Yeah.
Randomly met one another.
Right.
All right. And
Right.
were you at Manhattan Beach School District also?
I was, well, when I first met Sonia, I was actually representing the family and other families. I was working for another company. But then when Sonia and I met and connected, I was like, I need to work with you. I just knew. And so I actually left my company to come and work with Sonia at the school district.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually, as Sonia was saying, when we left the school district, we decided to create our own company. Again,
Okay.
shared values, same mindset.
And you have a definitely different target group that of young people that you're going after. Tell us a little bit about your target group.
I love that. So our target group is neurodiverse. Which I will
Neurodiverse.
explain.
Okay.
Young adults, really motivated, like it's coming from them. They want to get into the workforce, to work. They want a job that they're interested and excited about, and they want to earn their own money and have their own lives. And so for us, they've already come to us to say, hey, this is what my end goal is, my personal goal is employment, and it's our program and our structure and organization that helps them get to that goal.
Right.
So it's
Now,
really exciting.
I need to know a little bit about this neurodiverse. I've heard of people on the spectrum.
Yes.
And so when I was looking, it said neurodiverse. I don't think a lot of people really know what that is. So, do you want to share with us, or?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so for Robin and I, what's been really important about our work thus far has been that we have learned more from individuals that we have worked with. It's been phenomenal. Neurodiversity it's a term that was coined to add more of an inclusive environment to individuals who've been diagnosed with autism or attention deficit or learning disabilities or anxiety or other diagnoses that didn't actually give us, as a group of people call us neurotypical, whatever that means, but it didn't really give us a very good idea of what do I expect, because the autism spectrum is a massive, very broad spectrum, and you meet one person with autism, just like you're different from Robin, and Robin's different from me. So neurodiversity was coined to explain, look, there are some brain wiring processing individuals, and if we can broaden our acceptance and flexibility just as human beings,
Right.
to be more open to the fact that there's all kinds of individuals, and maybe their learning styles differently, maybe visualize the way. And so the idea behind neurodiversity is playing neurological differences out that might not explain to the average person what that actually means.
Right, so it's not breaking it down into you've got Asperger's or you're autistic,
Right.
you're neurodiverse.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
And, you know, we spoke to our young adults about it. When you're being spoken, when we're trying to explain to a company, you just can't go through a typical interview process. A lot of our young adults felt it was really also to be seen as having differences that were challenging, but not being disabled or meeting other people's expectations. So I think for the young who are neurodiverse, taught us that it might have been a more common way to describe some of their challenges.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
And strengths, right?
Right.
Because
right.
along with it come more strengths than
Oh,
challenges.
yes,
Right.
yes.
You know?
I'm just stopping for a second. I want to do a mic check here. She's okay? Just want to make sure your voice
Yeah.
is coming.
So if I'm
Yeah.
a bit soft, will you let me know? Shall I speak up a bit? Or am I all right? Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay, good.
Okay, all right.
As
Okay, good.
Brits, we mumble.
Yeah, and she can actually stop at any time. If you say, oh, I want to change that answer,
Yeah.
we can stop because when they
I'm
splice
hoping that
it.
wasn't too long-winded, but
No, it was
Is it all
fine.
right?
It was
Okay,
fine.
will you
And
let us
the
know?
thing is, I forgot to say this at the beginning. It's better to have shorter answers so that I can get through more questions.
Okay.
okay.
Perfect.
No, that's great
Right.
to know.
Right,
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you're going to start again? Are we already starting? Okay. All right. So your company is named Evolve, correct? And so where did that come from? Where did that name? Very
We had a laugh.
interesting.
Yes.
name.
We had such a laugh doing this.
We did. So our actual company is called TranZitions
Okay.
Consulting, and we wanted a name that was going to really emulate what we do and what our goal is with our young adults.
Mhm.
This idea of transitioning through life. And so when we thought about the specific program that we wanted to create, and we looked at all of the things that we were going to be teaching, and really that was about this idea that they'll be evolving through their lives
Okay.
and evolving to their potential.
All right.
And so we played with we had a big whiteboard, we threw a lot of names up there, like mashed potatoes, and we went, that one makes the most sense to us.
That's great because you do have that sense of growth,
Right.
development.
Right.
Now, you've been in business for how long?
We actually started, we only started TranZitions Consulting in 2016.
Okay,
And
all
then-
right, so
and
it's
then-
relatively new.
Yeah, and so it's relatively new. I mean, we've been working together, but we didn't formalize it until a little later. So we've done some consulting together and some interesting projects, but we decided, no, we're going to formalize this and make it
Okay.
into a business and co-own it, and that's been a really exciting process. I
Right.
have to
So
say.
tell me a little bit about these are young adults. What's the age range?
So after school, so 18 on. So
Okay.
could be 30, could be 40.
All right.
Most of the individuals our intake come to us between, I would say, 18 and about 28,
Okay.
29, that range.
Uh-huh. And now, what are the challenges? If you were going to say you had to identify the challenges so that you can then develop the program. So I want to start with what the challenges were, and then what was the program you developed?
That's a great way to look at this. So for us, when we worked with the young adults, we asked them, well, what were some of the things why aren't you employed? What is it that's making anxiety, social interaction, time management, picking up on nonverbal, being able to be collaborating in teams, understanding that, and
Right.
adjusting to, well, your style was this, and you said I could do this. Now this manager's saying I can't do that. So trying to figure out, well, what's wrong in the world of work.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah, and I would also add problem solving.
Okay.
It's really understanding that when you are faced with something really challenging, rather than deferring to somebody else to fix it for you, recognizing, oh no, I have a process, which we teach them on how to address a problem. It's so empowering to know that you're able to solve problems on your own.
Right.
And no one really teaches you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Yeah,
But no one really
right,
teaches you in life. They just kind of go out there and figure it out.
Right, right.
We also work a lot on managing anxiety, Sonia was saying, but more in terms of their stress management. So can you know enough about your emotional regulation to know the things that trigger you,
Right.
that make you uncomfortable, so you can anticipate them when you're going into a situation? Because when you think about the work environment, the level of stressors that we face on an everyday basis, and we're able to manage them all and have conversations and where our young adults, if they don't have those strategies of really knowing how to manage, like deep breathing and to learning to take a break, or saying to someone, ooh, can you explain that? I'm really confused. If you don't have that ability to do that, you're going to shut down.
Uh-huh. But as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking there's a lot of just people that are not neurodiverse who are experiencing the very same things that you're talking about, not knowing how to manage their stress, not knowing how to respond in an interview, not knowing how to engage one another. So in a way, you're describing a large percentage of, I could say, young people who have never received training like this.
Right. I really agree with you, because we've had a lot of people say to us, this actually could be very wider audience than the target audience, let's say.
Right.
And we always say, absolutely. And actually, if you think about the core of our program, it's actually emotional intelligence.
That's right.
It's your self-awareness, it's your self-regulation, it's how motivated are you? Look at another person and take their perspective.
Right.
Can you show empathy? Can you engage in people? And we always explain to our young adults, socializing can be very anxiety-proof.
Right.
And we're not asking you to go out there and be social butterflies. We just want you to feel like you're comfortable.
Right.
As much as you want to be. And we don't want your social anxiety to limit your opportunities in the world.
Right. So you have a program, and it's 11 weeks. Is that
It's actually
correct?
11 months.
Oh, 11
They're
months.
with us a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great?
Okay, 11 months. And how often do they come?
And it's 15 hours a week. So
15
Monday
hours
through
a week.
Thursday.
Okay.
Monday through Thursday at 8 o'clock in the morning, which
Yes.
is always a shocker.
Yeah.
Our young adults show up and they're like, really, 8 o'clock? We're like, yep, it's a full work day. And so for half the day, so it's actually makes it a little easier, because they're coming 8 to 12, right, 4 days a week. And the goal is that then they can morph into the internship program, which is the other part of our program, which is all about work experience. So the idea is we've left time for that. That's why it's only half days. We could fill a day.
Right.
Or we could fill a week. We could fill a month full time.
Right.
But it's tiring.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really tiring.
And what are
for
the
us.
size classes?
We like to keep it really small.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good number. So if I get this right, there's the content, like the emotional intelligence content, the
Yes.
building relationships and being comfortable in social situations. And then this kind of leads me to the other part of your program, which is the internship program, right? Excuse me. So let's talk a little bit about the internship program. So what are you looking for? What kind of companies are you looking for that would make a good place to go?
Right. So it's such a great question. We do something called customized employment.
Okay.
So we have 3 different groups of people that come to us, our young adults. So we have a young adult who may have graduated college or has a very clear idea of what they want to do.
Okay.
We have a young adult who would come to us and say, I think I have an idea. I would like to try some things out and explore a little more. And then we have a group of people that come to us and go, I have absolutely no idea what I want to do. And I just want a safe place to be able to kind of figure it out.
Okay.
And so we're like, come on in. We're excited. Because either way, you're going to learn a lot about yourself through this process. And we're big believers is once you know who you are, you're more able to figure out what you want to do.
So the companies we want: open, flexible, excited, to maybe expand their work.
Okay.
We hear a lot about, right, equity and inclusion.
That's right.
Is
That's
that
right.
not the buzzword of the
Right,
moment?
right.
Equity,
Right.
inclusion, diversity. But not many people think
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
so.
Yes.
In our company, Robin and I do a lot of divide and conquer. So I do a lot of the programming, the content, and Robin goes out there and talks to these companies. And what do you look when you go?
So we find them in various ways, like, to connect with them. But once our young adults let us know this is what they want to do, then we find companies that do that thing.
Okay.
And so we have young adults who've been placed in marketing companies. We have in gaming companies because that's their passion and what they want to explore, and they see themselves in that industry. Hospitality.
Uh-huh.
We have a young man who wanted to make pizza,
Okay.
and that's what he wanted to do. So Fresh Brothers, he has a job at Fresh Brothers, which is incredible. Our goal is to be able to go to companies when we find out what the young adult is interested in and ask for work experience and say that we have this amazing young person who would love to be a part of your industry. So would you be open to having an internship there, letting them intern there so they can have that work experience, get real support and feedback on the job, and see if this is something that they really want to do.
Okay. So then, so the internship that they do is something they have, the young person has identified this is an industry they'd like to go in. So it's not just any company.
Correct.
Right? Then you customize the company to the person's needs. And I believe it's a 3-month program.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, does the company have to pay for this?
The beautiful thing about living in the state of California, amongst the weather, apart from the weather,
Yes.
is that they have this amazing program called PIP, Paid Internship Program. The state of California funds every individual not only to be paid an hourly wage, it's a competitive market wage, meaning that if the company says, well, to do this job, we'd normally pay an individual $17.50 an hour.
Okay.
Or it's minimum wage. And it's fully paid for 3 months or up to about 1,000 hours, which is a lot of time to be able to. And not only that, but they also get insured, liability insurance. So the company.
Right. So they're actually getting paid for this young person to be working with them.
The individual's being paid.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
The individual
The
young
intern.
adult.
The intern's
he gets
being
paid
paid
by the state.
by the state.
I see. So the company doesn't have to do that,
Nope.
and they have insurance.
Yeah.
Now, is there when you decide you want to do this as a company, are you guaranteeing you'll be hiring this person? What's the
Wow, that's such a great question. So we say to the companies, this is like a working interview.
Okay.
Because again, the wages, liability, insurance is paid, and also there's a job coach who's also funded under the PIP program. So the job coach is there to be able to support the soft skills while they're learning the hard skills on the job.
Okay.
So because we realize that it adds, it takes a lot of pressure off of the company to have to supervise that intern on their soft skills.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful package. And what we're asking of the companies is that if the young adult has met criteria, they're able to do the job and they do it well, if there's an opening in the company, would they consider this young adult for the position?